probably the biggest sign in the Old Testament towards Jesus' divinity is his fulfillment of the servant songs in Isaiah. The servant songs are a series of prophecies late in the book of Isaiah. They're contained in Isaiah 42, Isaiah 49, Isaiah 50, and Isaiah 52 and 53. They're called the servant songs. And what this says is that Jesus affirms that he is the one that is sent from God to die. He's the one sent from God to die. So as his conflict with all the Jewish leaders escalated, he became very vocal about what the purpose of the Son of Man was. Right? He kept saying, I've come to die for us. I have come to go to the cross for us. He started using that language late in his ministry about taking up your cross and bearing it, knowing that he had come to give his life as a ransom for the many. Jesus saw this death as the very climax of his mission there. He saw that as his climax to his mission. He came to die, therefore he would willingly give his life. John chapter 10, verse 11 and verse 18. And he believed that his death marked the highest obedience that he could offer to his Father in heaven. John 12. But he goes back to the suffering servant in Isaiah. He went back to the language. Isaiah 52:13 to 53:12. And quite often the servant songs out of Isaiah are preached to set the stage up for the crucifixion of Jesus. And if you go back to this servant song in particular, you get that. You get that. Now, this servant song was written 800 years before Jesus was born. 800 years. That's almost a millennia, right? It's a long, long time. The interesting part about that is the Jews themselves didn't really connect Jesus with that until after he had been crucified. They didn't connect. But we can see in the life of Christ leading up to the crucifixion how Jesus understood himself as being the fulfillment of that prophecy. Jesus willingly becomes the Father's obedient servant and goes to the cross for us. And goes to the cross. Friends, Jesus is the complete fulfillment of the Old Testament hopes about the Messiah, about who the Son of Man was, and about who the suffering servant of God was, completely. And we don't think about that, but this is not something that someone would willingly actually take on. But he does. He willingly takes all of these roles on and displays them.